afternoon, everyone. My name is Jessica Santos. I'm speaking on behalf of P94 Parent Association. I'm the president and also SLT member. Before I begin making my statement on behalf of my school, I just wanted to let you know that I apologize for not having any statistics, because quite frankly, as of today, it's been a week that I'm aware of the situation. And it's quite upsetting that we are the only school that's been mentioned in all three scenarios on being removed, and we were the last ones to know. As a parent, it's quite upsetting. I've always felt that the city's take on the autism community has always been not 100%, you know, and with this situation, it's clearly evident that our kids are being the last as far as being sought out for seeking help. Our children right now currently, within the past 5 years, have been moved around in that building. 5 different times. Every year we're moved. And whether it's the 5th floor where we currently are to the 2nd or 3rd, we've moved. Within the past 2 years, we actually moved 10 of our classes into P15 to accommodate girls' presence in 188. I personally feel it's time that we stop moving our children. Our children are the most vulnerable in the whole scenario. All our kids are vulnerable, but our kids are specifically vulnerable because our kids thrive on routine, on structure. They thrive on services that aren't exactly necessary for typical children. And I'm not saying that our program is more important than anybody else's, because I think at the end of it all, as everyone has expressed, all children should be allotted to have the proper education, whether they're special needs, typical children, charter school, private school, whatever it is. That's not our stand. Our stand as the P94 Parent Association is that we do not endorse any proposal where it will be removing our school or any other school that's involved. You know, our children, as far as the autism, it ranges from mild to severe symptoms. Some of our kids are verbal, where they're able to express their feelings. Some of our children cannot completely even form a sentence, where they have to use pictures or verbal cues as well as communication devices. But our children have thrived in 188. Our children are slowly starting to be included into programs within 188, including Rosie's musical. Exactly, and 2 of our kids are actually involved in that, and that's a huge accomplishment for kids who are typically nonverbal, typically aren't able to express any feelings. With us being moved, that inclusion program that we fought so hard to start establishing within 188's community will be completely thrown out the window. You know, it's not only our building that would be affected. We actually have 2 other separate sites within District 1 in P15 as well as P61. Our school is spread out through 5 different sites already among the city. You know, and that's already a big barrier as far as communicating among our school officials and as well as our parents. You know, my parents right now are having a very difficult time to even unify us because we're spread out throughout the city. And I feel our parents feel that it's about time that they start to consider our kids sensitive issues, because at this point it's clearly shown that Chancellor Klein hasn't really taken he hasn't taken that into account. My son's 9. My son's a 4th grade student. When my son was born, the rate of autism was 1 in 500. Since then, it's changed 4 different times to now 1 in 94 births. So that's clearly evident that it's an epidemic proportions, and it's clearly evident that we're going to need space. District 75 is going to need the space that they say that we're underutilizing in the near future. Every day there's a child being diagnosed with autism, speech delays, everything. And you know, for us to be moved constantly at the expense of our kids, for a charter school to expand when they clearly said that they were going to unify the building, that they didn't have no intentions of expanding, I think is appalling. And I urge our school officials, DOE, to reconsider. I met yesterday with the other presidents within the building as well as the principals, and we're trying to find alternatives. But at this point, I think it's time that the Department of Education take responsibility for what they're lacking as far as special needs services, and start making different choices as far as our kids are concerned. Because honestly, our parents are fed up. Our parents feel like we've already been pushed to the back burner all this time. And it's about time that they start to consider our kids. Thank you.